On behalf of the San Antonio Family Association, I'd like to welcome Mr. Michael Knuffke to encourage you, to give you some facts about what's happening in the city of San Antonio, and to inspire you and give you an outlet to know that you're not alone in this fight and you can participate in an easy way with other people. Welcome with me, Mr. Michael Knuffke, President of the San Antonio Family Association.
Thank you, Patrick. I'm not going to take a lot of time, but I am going to go run through a couple of things. First of all, it was this time last year, if you recall, this time last year, we were in the thick of all kinds of battles. And there's been a lot that's transpired over this year. And I just want you to think about it. When I stand up close, I just want you to think about it is, you know, we pretty much know that 42% of all women in the United States in between the ages of 14 and say 60 right now have had abortions. 42%. And you know what? In your churches, in your schools, in your neighborhoods, they pretty much know that. And so you are the voice. You are the positive voice, the life-affirming voice out there. And just think about what took place over this last couple of years. First of all, I've got to thank a lot of the women, the injured women out there, the courageous injured women that literally stand up just like Silent No More does, and it is incredible. And we've got to remember the injured women that are out there. And they are some of the strongest voices out there. So thank you, all you women. And I wanted to also mention that this last year we saw, a number of years we saw Lila Rose, right? She went undercover and she was, you know, almost at one time as a prostitute, another time as an underage pregnant woman. We saw Delighten taking place, right? Delighten, the baby body parts, and he filmed all that, and of course now it's going through the court system. We've seen the state of Texas in HB2 and what have you to start here in Texas some real strong laws. And right here in San Antonio, if you don't remember, but it was this time last year that a whole women's health on South Cross was closed. It was closed for good. And if you don't know that, that was the facility, the abortion facility that was suing the state of Texas on HB2. And by the way, we lost everything on HB2 except for what? Except for you cannot kill babies after 20 weeks. So if we have to throw up all kinds of stuff on the wall and the only thing that sticks is saving babies, we'll take it, right? Because we're for life. And I might also add that America now is pro-life. If you don't know this, all you have to do is look at some information that came out this time last year. It was the Marist report done by the Knights of Columbus. Any of the Knights here? The Knights of Columbus essentially said that this new report is now being pro-life is the majority. And if you don't know, just 1 month earlier in December of last year, of 2 years ago, so that was 18. Believe it or not, we were the minority. Within a month, it shifted, depending on the age bracket, but it shifted 12 to 14 points in 1 month. And so now we have been the silent majority, and now we have affirmation that we're the silent majority. So what I'd like to talk about just real quick is what we've done here locally over the last year. So the San Antonio Family Association, we were able to sue Planned Parenthood in 2015. Many of you know that. Many of you helped us. Well, last year, Patrick and I and the board decided we're going to do something about the facility. And remember the fence that was out there? Remember that? It's not a fence. A fence is illegal. That was a crowd control mesh. That's what that was, okay? But it had been up there for 5 years? 5 years. And we said we're going to do something about it. So I spoke to a person that also had the same interest. We got a surveyor. I told them what survey company to call. They called that survey company and they showed up early in the morning. Patrick met them out there. And they surveyed the property. And we discovered just what we thought. That mesh was right up against the sidewalk, right? And that mesh needed to be on the back side of that. So anywhere from 2 to 4 feet back. And so we started pushing them. And the way we started pushing them is we showed them the survey. They called the police. They would call the police weekly. So San Antonio Family Association, we're out there every single week. If you want to join us, by the way, it's Friday, 12:30 to 1:30. We're out there. And so we started pushing them. We found out they showed up, and we showed them the survey. They said, whoa, we didn't know that. And so the police officers were calling the city manager, who was calling the development services department and what have you. They found out, gosh, these guys are right. They know the survey. They know this is. So then we started hanging up the signs, and Cindy, you know these. It says, adoption is a healthier option. Show one, Patrick. We started clipping those to the back of the sign, okay? And so then we started clipping with a paper clip, big paper clip. So then they started to call the police and say, they can't hang that on the sign. And so the police started saying, well, yeah, technically they can, because that's an illegal fence. That's not supposed to be there. And so all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh. So over like 2 or 3 months, they said, we got to get rid of that fence. Now they wanted to tear down their own fence because it says adoption's a better option. So then they ripped down the fence. And as a matter of fact, they ripped it down. Jack Finker fell and got hurt, and somebody else fell and got hurt. They just literally ripped the fence, and they stole our signs 2 or 3 times. The employees of Planned Parenthood came out and stole these signs, like 6 or 7 of them at a time. We had to call the police. Now we're calling the police and telling them, hey, they stole our sign. They had to give us the sign back. So one thing led to another. Of course, the mesh is now down, as you know, and the inside curb, you just cannot stamp onto their blacktop. But everything up to their blacktop is totally legal. And so we had a major victory there. We continue to push. There are some illegal signs out there that are towing signs. If you park here, we're going to tow you, that kind of thing. Huh? Private property. But it's towing, right? Towing and private property. So it says, do not show. Well, it's in the public access. The signs that they put up are in the public access. What's the point? Those are illegal signs. So now we hang adoption is a healthier option on their illegal sign. And so the police show up and say, they say, take down those signs. And he looks up there and he comes over and talks to Patrick and myself and says, what's the deal here? I said, that's an illegal sign. He goes, it sure is. And so now they don't want to take down the signs. Not yet, anyway. So the point is, you've got to know what's going on. You keep on pressing them. And of course, we have another abortion facility here in town on John Smith. So, you know, working together, sticking together, we're able to make some real progress. And over there at 2140 Babcock, there's real progress being made. Don't kid yourself. And we keep on pushing them. And if you want to join us, let us know. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael Knuffke, President of the San Antonio Family Association.